Yo, 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 yo. What's good? What's good? What's good, everybody? How's everyone doing? What's good? Happy Saturday to everyone. Salute. How you guys doing? What's up, y'all? Man, what a week, man. These weeks are like seriously going so fast. And I don't know why. I changed some things. Now it's like this, you know? So, uh, doesn't matter. We're about to get into something busy. So, if you don't know who I am, I'm KT. Hello, welcome. If you are new here, today we're going to talk about if Vietnam is truly as affordable as everyone says. You know, all these videos are saying, hey, man, Vietnam's super affordable, which maybe coming from the West, yeah, it is. But if you live here and you've been living here, you realize that the prices have slowly been going up over the last like 3 years, straight up. It seems to be accelerating in these last 2 years. And so, yeah, man, I want to kind of bust some myths about the affordability here. Also, I want to just give you guys the real deal, man. That's what we do on this channel, man, is we talk about some real deal stuff. And, you know, we give the good with the good and give the bad with the bad. You know what I'm saying? So stick with me. If you guys are new here, again, I'm KT. If you're, you know, my returning squad, what's up, y'all? What's up? You guys know how I get down. So, okay, let's get into it, man. So let's jump into it. Segment number uno. Is Vietnam truly still cheap? All right. Or some will say, don't say cheap. Don't say cheap. No, I'll say affordable. All right. I'll say affordable for you guys. All right. So let's jump in real quick. I see we do have some comments. So let me just jump in and we'll get those real quick. Coffee with Steve says, hello. What's up, Steve? How are you, brother? He says, seen you, Evan. Hey, brother. Welcome, man. Thanks for catching the live with us, man. Appreciate you, brother. Thanks for the comment, man. Let me go like this. Appreciate you joining us, dog. All right, so give me a second. Let me share my handy dandy PDF with y'all, and let's dive right into it, man. All right, so this is going to be more of like a 2025 now quarter Q4 breakdown. It's not going to be a video. All right, I'm going to give you guys. We're going to be here for a minute, so hang with me. All right. This is going to be from a Q4 moving on to 2026. All right. And this is boots on the ground, right? I'm going to give you guys some data and all this good stuff. I got articles for you guys, so we'll go over that. But again, the general sense and the question that I'm going to pose to you guys, and hopefully we answer that for you, is that is Vietnam still as affordable as everyone said it is? And I'll give you the short answer. It depends on where you live, and it depends on many factors. So, yeah, let's jump into this. So Vietnam is changing fast. And so there's just this year, 2025, there's been countless over at least 20 to 30 laws that have completely changed. If not 100, I'll be honest. And you know, they're starting to collect taxes from everyone. Just a little side note, all of the Vietnamese that I work with, they have been complaining about, so they make little salary, and so they've been, you know, before last year, it was 15 million, I believe, that they said that it's tax free, or 19 million that's tax free, right? And then now it's gone down to 15 million tax free, and this is just Vietnamese. Their taxes. So if you make over 15 million as a Vietnamese per month, then you won't get taxed. All right. And so, but right now, what's been going on the ground is that right now that law is all they're doing is just collecting tax. Companies are just collecting tax from their employees because no one really knows what the outcome is going to be, right? So they just implemented all this new taxes about 3 months ago, less than 3 months ago, and now all they're doing is shoveling all this tax money in all companies, whether they overtax you or whether they're generally going to overtax you. Let's be real, okay? So, but then at the end of the year, because right now is just it's in the beginning stages of this change, all these changes. So, that's why you've been hearing like visas and then they pull the golden visas and they pull it back and then they refine it and then they pull it out there again. So that's why nothing right now is nailed on the ground except for what's been in the law, right? So there's two different, if you're new here and if you're new to Vietnam, what's said on paper isn't necessarily what goes down on boots on the ground. Okay. So, I'm here to kind of weave and help you understand that. Okay. What's really going on for us expats. All right. So the insight was that they're getting taxed 10%, right? The Vietnamese, they're getting taxed 10%, some 15%. But again, at the end of the year or the beginning of next year, we'll be able to get all that money back. But right now, everyone's just shoveling tax money in because they don't know how much they're going to be taxed. It's just like this up and down thing. So that's just boots on the ground. So, and then prices are rising, man. Prices are rising on food. Prices are rising on rent, utilities. Housing's becoming crazy in some of the in some of the cities here in Vietnam. I live in the most expensive area or city, excuse me, in Vietnam, but in some areas of like Da Nang, it's starting to eclipse Ho Chi Minh City. So uh, Asia's changing, man. It really is changing, and it couldn't be affordable or cheap as forever, right? They want to rise, man. Asia rising, baby. So once known as Asia's cheapest country, the question is whether it still holds true. There is inflation going on here. Tourism is up and down, right? And development has shifted the balance. So they're literally throwing in so much infrastructure right now across this country that um, it seems like they're kind of spreading themselves a little too thin. But you'll see. We'll see, man. This place, I come from an area where we like to plan and make sure everything. So it takes months, years. Here, on this side, it takes weeks, days, a month, a year max to like get a huge project done, right? Building projects, infrastructure projects. Like in the West, what you would have thought was impossible. Like we're seeing stuff over here in China that over the weekend, in 9 hours, in 17 hours, they've built a hospital, they've built like all this stuff, right? So it's crazy. It's not to that level yet here, but yeah, there's inflation here going on. Again, the prices are rising. It's it's pretty crazy because us as expats can afford. I mean, for us, it's easy to live here, right? It's affordable, it's cheap. No matter what I say today, it's still. I just want you to understand that it is still affordable to live here and you can still find major deals here. Okay. This is a pretty big, small country, I like to say. And so you can still find things. This is going to be for everyone. Things are going up. Medicine has gone up. Coffee has gone up. Like cups, everything, food, everything's gone up, guys. All right. Let's read an article I pulled up real quick. Let's give you guys some data here. So bear with me. Let me pull it up here. I want this one. All right, bear with me. I'm going to grab it, and I'll get to your comments in a second. All right, so Vietnam's CPI rises 3.26% in the first 7 months of 2025. All right, so I believe this is the consumer protections. It's right here, the consumer price index. Okay, and this is the Ministry of Finance. Okay, this is the Ministry of Finance this is 2025, July, by 0.11%. 0.11% compared to the previous month, mainly due to rising prices in home maintenance materials, food, and dining out services. On average, CPI rose 3.26. All right. So right here. I'm sorry, I meant to read this. While CPI averaged 3.26, core inflation stayed at 3.1 due to excluded sectors. So let's keep it going. In July, the CPI increased by 2.13 compared to December 2024, and by 3.19 year on year. Of the 11 major commodity and service groups, 9 experienced price hikes, while 2 saw declines. The group with the biggest impact was housing, electricity, water, fuel, and construction materials, which rose 0.36%, contributing 0.07% points to overall CPI. Key drivers included higher prices for housing maintenance materials due to limited supply and rising production and transportation costs. Increased electricity prices driven by heat wave induced demand, especially in the northern and central regions, and 2.6% increase in kerosene prices due to multiple price adjustments during the period. In contrast, some groups recorded price decreases in July. Rental prices fell by 0.45% as month concluded with summer vacations, leading to many students returning home and prompting landlords to lower the price to retain tenants. So let me stop right there real quick. So in boots on the ground here, prices are up significantly. So as of the end of the summer, yes, some landlords have decreased their prices. This is boots on the ground, not here, but I have seen prices because I'm looking for me and my wife are looking for a new rental, and we're looking for a home. We're not looking for a house. So we've seen the prices of these go down considerably. However, there are still some apartment landlords that are trying to get you, right? So you just got to be careful, right? Right now, Vietnam is really going through this up and down stage of like they're fighting between, do they want to grow and do they want to keep it affordable for the locals? And so, they just need to get more. The locals need to get paid more, right? They need to, as this country goes up, they need to get paid more. So yeah, but yes, this is true. Again, I personally think that we are kind of in a recession, just because we're not talking about like we're not talking about the upper middle class, the upper income brackets of the Vietnamese. We're talking about the middle class that's developing middle class, right? It's not like the US or the West middle class where it's established. They're actually developing a middle class, right? So you start to see Vietnamese that didn't have a lot of money before, like these last 5 years, they were coming up, and then COVID hit, and then it doesn't seem like people have really recovered since COVID, right? Or they're still recovering, right? And I've been seeing that a lot around the world, and that holds true here in Vietnam as well. Again, some sectors have been doing really well. However, majority of Vietnamese are still kind of struggling post-COVID. I'll just be honest. And then they have this inflation that's going on that's been really messed up. So all the prices are up, and their salaries haven't gone up, or they go up incrementally. So it's kind of crazy, man. Let's continue. Gas prices dropped by 3.33% as global contract gas prices fell. Yeah, so this is the one thing that I saw that actually decreased over this last like 6 months to a year, is that I remember a year ago prices were up, and I mean, I want to say it was like 22,000 and some change per liter. And so now it's like 19. So yeah, that has definitely changed. But again, because of inflation, man, it's I guess, and plus the government actually really owns most of the gas stations, so they can adjust the number, right? Everybody needs gas, right? Let's see. The CPI in June and the second quarter increased by 3.57 and 3.31 respectively, compared to the same period in 2024. Again, stuff's going up, man. The beverage and tobacco group rose 0.25% due to increased consumption during the summer and rising production costs. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with I would say tobacco. I think a lot more people are smoking, but with beverages, a lot of people have stopped drinking. I mean, including myself, um, over the last year. So yeah, even though it's raised, a lot of people, I think, even expats that what I've heard over the last year have said that they've decreased their drinking, and some of them have said they decreased their tobacco use as well. Cultural entertainment and tourism services went up by 0.2 percent, 0.20%. However, some items in the category saw price declines, including sports equipment and children's toys. Okay, so let's see. Let's go here. Core inflation in July rose by 0.21% from previous months and by 3.3 year on year. On average, core inflation for the first 7 months of 2025 increased by 3.18% compared to the same period in 2024. This was lower than the overall average CPI rose 3.26, primarily because core inflation excludes food, energy, medical, and educational services sectors that saw significant price increases. Yeah, man. Okay, so basically, it doesn't include the core stuff. Okay. Okay. All right. So if they included that, then you would have clearly see that we're pretty much almost in a recession. We're pretty much almost in a recession. So, but yeah, food has increased ridiculously. You get here, I think here they don't do smaller sizes because there's already the sizes of the food are already small enough, but they just increase the price. That's it. And you get the same thing. All right. So I go grocery shopping. My wife and I are about to go grocery shopping right after this live. So maybe I'll do a grocery shopping part 2 video for you guys. But yeah, it's the real deal, man. I'm trying to tell you, boots on the ground here. Prices are going up big time. All right. So I mean, I'll just say this. What I've seen the increase is like with rent for me, it's the same. It's the same, but what I've been seeing is the electricity, and we're about to get into that right now. It's been going up and down. Let me see. I got some comments here. Okay, we're gonna jump into the housing and rent, but let me get some comments here. Let's see. Coffee with Steve says depends on your income. Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, I totally agree. If you have a high income, then none of this is gonna really affect you. If you're making a couple $1,000s a month, this is not really for you. But it's good to be aware, because just because you have the money doesn't mean that you should spend it. That's kind of my thing. Is, even if I don't, just if it's not broke, don't fix it. That's my mentality. I come from old school, so yeah, I would say if you have the money, save it, because right now we're just kind of in a weird space in life, in the world right now. So yeah, thanks, Coffee with Steve. Appreciate you, man. Excuse me. Roly Poly 76. What up? What up, Roly Poly? What's up, brother? He says, hi, KT. What is the tax filing experience like compared to uh, Byzantine filing system in the US? Okay. Do you file online, use a tax preparer, or you do it yourself? That's a good question, man. You can do it yourself, but it's not advisable, because you don't know the intricacies of this tax system. And so it is advisable to just get a tax agent, and they'll file that stuff for you. It's pretty. I've seen the back office of mine. I've seen a bunch of different stuff, and I'm like, but if you could do it yourself. If you have a girlfriend or a wife that could translate it for you. Again, everything is in Vietnamese. Yeah, so I would advise to just get an agent. If you need, I have agents, tax agents. I know that because I use them, and I'll just throw you their contact. But it's completely different. You can do it yourself, but it's highly advisable to get a tax agent. Just to be honest. All right, thanks, Roly Poly. Appreciate you, man. Kay, what's up, Kay? What's up, brothers? Kay says, hi, KT. Shout out from Northern Cal. See you soon in Vietnam. Yeah, brother. Can't wait to see you, bro. Get your butt back here. Can't wait to see you, brother. Thanks for that. The middle class is Roly Poly says the middle class is shrinking in the U.S. Yeah. Well, I grew up middle class and in California, and yeah, man, I don't know how middle class folks are making it in California, at least. And especially if the countryside, well, we call it the countryside here in Vietnam, but if and it's really states, you know what I mean? So like if Alabama and all of them are struggling, I don't know how people in the U.S. In Southern California are making it right now. Glad I got out when I did, to be honest. But yeah, what middle class? You know what I'm saying? Thanks for that, bro. Appreciate you. All right, so let's jump into some rent, and let me share with you guys what's really going on here, because I know you guys see all those videos on YouTube that say, oh, you can get $300 house and all this stuff. Well, let me show you guys what's really going on, and what we're dealing with. Where's my, hold on, let me get this. So, go here. Okay. So as far, let me see, make sure you guys are seeing. Yeah. So as far as this segment, man, I'm gonna say like the housing and apartments here, you got to be careful, man, because a lot of these landlords, they understand what they have, and they're really ripping expats off. Not necessarily Vietnamese, they are, but Vietnamese know what's up, you know. So even though you guys are coming from the West and you guys are paying whatever you're paying, over $1,000 for a tiny little bedroom, you come over here and you're getting like a house, like a 3-story house for, if they even want to charge you $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 for it, and you're getting ripped off, man. But what that subsequently does for us and for the locals is that it increases that rent and increases the whole property, the whole area, right? And unnecessarily, just because one landlord, because everyone talks here. Everyone talks here. So if one landlord owns a lot of these buildings here, so they have them all throughout the city and all around. So it just depends on what landlord you get, but they have multiple properties. And so so the rent has gone up considerably here in Ho Chi Minh City. Obviously, again, this is the most expensive area of Vietnam, so I expect that. Hanoi is second, and Da Nang is still number 3. Some areas it's the most expensive in Vietnam, in Da Nang. So let's just go on these numbers here. Ho Chi Minh City, D1, that's the hub, the entertainment hub. That's literally the hub of Vietnam. Okay, Ho Chi Minh City, like that, D1 to like D3. D1 is the hub, entertainment and financial hub of Vietnam. It's if Ho Chi Minh City's down, Vietnam's gonna struggle, straight up. Okay, they make a lot of money from D1. Okay, that's where all you guys go when you come here. You stay here. That's the entertainment place. So what on average we're seeing is you're not going to really get a lot of rent below this 700, which is kind of weird, man, because don't get me wrong, there are places in D1, like on the outskirts of D1, if you can find it, that you're going to pay under 700 for. And then that's going to get you like a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom. That's going to get you like, maybe, it depends, because what it should get you is a 2-bedroom, right? I mean, I'm not talking about anything crazy. I'm just saying it should get you a 2-bedroom in the heart of D1, in the heart of it. And so if you're paying $700, that's high rent. That's like super high rent, like trust and believe. Okay. As a local, they're not paying anywhere near that. They're paying not even half of that. And if they have some bread, yeah, if they have some money, then yeah, they're going to pay like max, as under 500 USD, like under 400 USD, to be honest. Okay. That's what a local would pay, but they're going to try to get you, and they, meaning the landlords or the real estate agents, they're going to try to get you the most expensive place, or excuse me, the most expensive price, with it being a mid apartment. You know what I'm saying? The young kids now say mid, right? For like just average. So I'll just go with that. It's going to be a mid apartment and it's going to be high price. That's what they're getting expats on right now. And they've been doing that. And so there's good landlords and there's some terrible landlords. It's 50-50 here. So you really, unfortunately, you don't get a chance to test drive the apartment before you live here, So I thought about something and I was like, man, they should start something like you test drive a car and then, or you test drive a motorbike and then you drive it around and then you're like, okay, yeah, I can do that. I would love for someone to set up something here to where you can, rent an apartment for a week. Obviously you'll pay for it, but you rent it for a week and then, you live there for a week just to test it out. You know what I mean? That would be kind of cool. But anyways, in Hanoi, in Teho, you're going to pay anywhere. You're going to pay less. You're going to pay about 20% less in Hanoi. Some places in downtown Hanoi, like downtown Ba Ding, you're going to pay, that 900 for sure, 900 for sure, 700, right? But again, that should get you 2 bedrooms. That should get you a 2-bedroom. Again, those prices are higher, right? When I first started living in Hanoi, I got a place. I mean, even though you can find places, again, I wasn't paying anywhere near 550 for an apartment. I don't even pay in this apartment right now 550. So again, you should not be paying that. You should not be paying 550. You shouldn't. You shouldn't be paying 700. You only pay those prices if you want. Okay? You still have options here, man. I'm trying to tell you guys, you can easily pay under 700 and under 500 easy if you know what you're looking for. Okay? If you know what you're looking for, then you'll be able to find it easy. Okay? And if you know how to talk to, who to talk to, and how to talk to them, uh, you'll know. You'll know, right? Da Nang, this is pretty affordable. Okay. And for this, like the difference between Ho Chi Minh City and the difference between Hanoi and Da Nang apartments is that Da Nang apartments are easily going to be smaller, and it depends on which area you get, but they're going to offer you more amenities in Da Nang because that's just what they do. You know what I mean? The apartments, the management companies, whatever. All right. The landlords, you're gonna find places that are gonna have more gyms, more pools, more like the Thailand experience. You know what I mean? That's gonna be more in Da Nang. Okay. They are popping up here in Ho Chi Minh City, but again, you don't have the beach. So that's the huge negative for Ho Chi Minh City. I ain't gonna lie. But if they did have all that other stuff like they do, the amenities in Da Nang, it would be really cool. But if you get those amenities, they're gonna be pretty reasonable. I'm not gonna lie. They're gonna be definitely pretty reasonable. Rent, I'm telling you, it's gone up 15 to 20%, man. I'm telling you, and this is just in the last year, just in 1 year. Bruh, I'm telling you, it's gone up, and the locals can't keep up, man. Locals can't keep up. So, unfortunately, um, pay hasn't gone up. It's gone down. Overall, year on year, it's gone down. In the 5.5 years, almost 6 years I've been living here, it's gone down. Okay. We used to get paid better 5 years ago, is what I'm saying. Okay. As far as Vietnamese, they've had marginal increases in their pay. Okay. So it seems like over the last 5 years. So it just, to me, it just feels like what it feels like on the ground. It feels like this place is becoming more expensive, and we're not necessarily getting a lot of. I'm not really seeing the benefits yet. What I am seeing is that they are cleaning up their trash more, which is cool. At least maybe in my neighborhood. Again, there's multiple different leaders in these districts, so it's per district. It's not necessarily for Ho Chi Minh government to like come in and clean, but they're managing it all. Okay. I am seeing infrastructure. I'm seeing buildings being built, like high rises, more in like where the river is, because I see it almost every day. I see it 4 or 5 times a week, going to my classes in school. But yeah, on both sides, there's a place called Tuduk, and it is across the river from the skyline of Ho Chi Minh City. So I have a couple classes over there, a couple schools over there I go to every week. So I see it. And what's going on in that little corridor of the river? What's going on both sides? On both sides is that on the Tuduk side, it's all high rises. It's like they're literally in 5 years from now, that's going to be all high rises. It's really interesting to see it developing over the last couple weeks, the last 8 weeks. They're just full steam ahead. And then on the Ho Chi Minh side, that is like they're rising up as well. So they're just raising these apartment buildings, and they're bringing it for you guys. I mean, really, You guys ask for the demand, it's there, it's coming. I see it, boots on the ground, 100%. So yeah, 15-20% is really kicking a lot of the locals' ass, straight up, man. I'm gonna tell you that I've been hearing a lot of the locals are leaving Ho Chi Minh City because they can't afford it. It's expensive. It's really expensive, and it's getting really expensive for them. For us, that's a different story. Okay, but these are things you need to understand is that just because you can negotiate the rental prices and everything. You can negotiate everything. Okay. As a Westerner, they want more money. We can offer them more money, and so they want to yeah, they want to just try to get as much money and extract as much as they can. So yeah, that's that, man. So let's jump to what's going on with, oh, you know what? I wanted to talk to you about some utilities. Excuse me, we're not there yet. So additionally, with these apartments, what we're seeing, or what I'm seeing month to month, is that the average electricity price is what they charge us is anywhere from 3.5 thousand to 4.2. Okay. Generally, they're going to charge you 4.2. I pay 4.2. And yeah, the electricity's gone up every month. It goes like this, you know. Of course, you're gonna hear Ho Chi Minh City. Of course, you're gonna use your AC. We don't even use our AC. Only in the evening when we're sleeping we use it. But every other time we have our door open. We yeah, we just we're me and my wife are acclimated to Vietnam's weather, so we're cool with that. And we have fans going constantly, so we generally pay anywhere from like 40 USD to 45, 50 max 50 USD. If I see that it's 50 or more, then I'm asking questions. I'm like, what the is going on here, man? You know, because it shouldn't be that high. And that's us averaging. That's what we average. The low is going to be anywhere from like 40 to 45. The low is going to be 40. All right. Internet, I'm not sure yet. I don't pay internet. We're about to pay our own internet. Once we move, we're going to get a separate. This is a little nugget I recommend for you guys. Once you land here and you start to get settled, get internet, get a separate internet modem, because the building modem is trash, and you don't know how many people are connected to that modem, right? So this is something I haven't done yet, like in the whole time I've been here. And so I'm like, oh, okay, okay. But now I understand now why it's important to have your own internet. Okay. Water, I usually pay 100,000 for water every month. So again, these prices are going to be a lot different. It's going to be much cheaper for you if you live in a maybe if you live in an older building. This building is not so new, but again, it really just depends on the management company and or the landlord. All right. So yeah, that's just a little nugget for you guys right there. Like I said, we pay 4.2. All right, for electricity. All right, let's jump into some food and groceries, man, and eating out, bro. Is eating out, pause, still affordable? Yes, I will say. I will say. However, again, what I told you before was that food is going up. Everything's gone up, especially here, especially in Ho Chi Minh City. So I'm hoping, and the reason why food has gone up is because, one, it's not on here, but the tax, they're tax. Remember, I told you they've taxed everybody. So basically, they just said a couple months ago, like 3 months ago, all right, we're taxing everybody. All right, and it takes into effect immediately. And so everyone was like, what the heck? What the heck? And so everyone was just shoveling tax money into, like, seriously, for the last 3 months, 4 months maybe, max like 5 months. And they've been literally shoveling tax money down, no matter if it's more or if it's less, right? It's generally going to be more they're going to take. So, and that's like everybody. If you want to eat in, excuse me, eat out. If you want to eat out, pause, with all these restaurants, all the food carts, right? The street foods, they've gone up. Everything, all food's gone up. All right. So here in Ho Chi Minh City, I'm gonna say it's gonna be more expensive for you. Okay. So again, don't think that Vietnam's this. It may be cheap for the Westerners, okay? And you might be like, Kev, you're it don't matter, man. It's only $1, bro. It's only $2. Yeah, yeah. But what it does to not only the food vendor is that if the food vendor is it's only Westerners coming to their stall, then it's a problem because the visa thing is like up and down. Yeah, you can get a tourist visa and then that'll be good. But again, they are they made new laws here that are they're trying to strip the food vendors and take the food vendors away. So it's kind of crazy, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty interesting. I don't drink anymore, but when I did, the local beers were going up. Okay, they put a heavy tax on the consumption of alcohol this year. I don't know if it's taken to effect yet, but I think they did. I think it was effective immediately. So they did on cigarettes. They bumped up the tax on cigarettes. They bumped up the tax on beer, because a lot of dudes and people drink here. I mean, this is like hella drinking capital right here in Ho Chi Minh City. So Vietnam is a big drinking culture. So if you drink, you're gonna love it here, man. Western grocery prices are up 25%. That is true. Um, they were already expensive, for here. They were already expensive, but they've gone up a lot more. I'm trying to tell you, like apples, dude. Apples, they're talking about like five. I don't know how much apple would be. It was some ridiculous like $20, like 500K, something like that. I don't know. I don't eat apples here. We buy some apples sometimes for juicing, but yeah. Foreigner supermarkets like Annam versus wet markets show wide range of price gaps. Yeah. So again, I've done a grocery video. I did a grocery video with Annam versus a local wet mart or a local grocery store. So if you want to go back onto my catalog and check it out, man, you'll see the difference between prices that were back then, and that was like 2020, the end of 2023. Or was that? Yeah, I think that was the end of 2023, but I think that might have been 2024, to be honest. And so last year to this year, it's crazy. I might just do a video going back and comparing the two, to be honest. All right. So give me a minute. Let me stop sharing. Let me go ahead and grab my resource for y'all. Bear with me here. And if you guys have any questions, holler at me. Where is, there you are. This one. All right. So I told you the food is going up, man. It's gone up. Let me show you. All right. So this is year on year from 20 this is October 2024. So let's get into this real quick. Cost of food in Vietnam increased 2.06% in September of 2025 over the same period in the previous year. Food inflation in Vietnam averaged 7.93% from 2004 to 2025, reaching an all-time high of 74.29% in June of 2008 and a record low of 10.12%, July 2009. Okay, so basically, this is going to show you what's going on. All right, let's go through this real quick. The consumer price index, we already went through that. Okay, the core inflation rate. Okay, what's going on? I guess I might need to click it, but we'll just you can read this stuff. Okay, the food inflation here is that what's going on, and let me make some sense of this stuff. I'll say everything from meat that we buy every day has gone up from like maybe 20%. There's a lot less deals. So just to give you a little nugget, Vietnam, I didn't know this, but the grocery markets here, it depends on which grocery market, but just give you a nugget, after like 5:30 or 6 p.m. every night, they will lower their prices for like meats and for like different meats, like their chicken, their pork, their and their beef. And what they'll do is they'll put it like 30%, 45%, 40%. And so what I've seen for that is this specific grocery market, grocery store, they used to give like 40% off, and then they took it down to 25% off. So again, essentially raising the price of what they would already have discounted. You know what I'm saying? So they give less discounts. They do put less things on discount now. But of course, they always will do, if it's about to expire a day, that day, 2 days before, they'll put it on a discount. All right. That's just a little nugget for you guys. That's how you save some money. That's how the locals shop and how they save money, and why they buy every day, because they can get their meat and their groceries for 40% off. Let's just say, right? That's just so yeah. I mean, and even my lady, she told me about this. I was like, huh? And so when we actually went in the beginning, when we first started dating and stuff, but actually when we started to live together, she told me about this, and I went, huh? I didn't even know that, right? So I'm constantly learning stuff. I mean, obviously because she knows, and that's how Vietnamese, they make it, man. You know, that's real boots on the ground. So long story short, food prices, although we can afford it, it's been really, it really does hurt the local economy when prices are going up. They're starting to be careful because they're starting to report and see fake like cooking oils, fake stuff going on here when it comes to eating, fake vegetables, fake this, fake that. Okay, so we're starting to see that a lot here in Vietnam, and it's not okay. All right, so let me go back to you, go here. All right, so let's get into, again, eating out, pause, is still affordable, okay? My wife and I, we cook every night, right? Well, she cooks every night. I eat every night, but during the weekends, we generally go eat out, go enjoy ourselves. I mean, that's how, literally from last year to this year, I've been able to save like 50%. Seriously, maybe even 70%, because I don't really eat out anymore. Like I used to eat out 70% of my meals. Now I don't. I eat out maybe 5%, 10%. So yeah, get yourself a good Vietnamese woman. She'll keep you fat. Okay. Um, let's get into some transportation and daily life costs. So bear with me. Let me get my handy dandy, my PowerPoint for you guys. Bear with me. If you guys have any questions about this, let me know. Okay, so yeah, man, the transportation aspect of this is going to be basically renting a motorbike, right? I always recommend people rent a motorbike. If you need a referral here in Ho Chi Minh City or in Hanoi, or even in Da Nang, I can just holler at me. I can send you over some names, okay, and companies, reliable and vetted companies. That's important. Okay, that's the most important. Holler at me, all right? TheStoryofKT at gmail.com. Channel name at Gmail. All right. That's the easiest way you can contact me. All right. So motorbike rentals, they've gone up. Now, although I own my motorbike, okay, I paid 50 USD, which is crazy, but I paid 50 USD from an ex-teacher 3 years ago. She was moving, and then we worked in the same company, and so we just had different classes. But she was like, I gotta go, and I was like, well, where are you? She's like, I'm moving next week, and I was like, okay, so where are you? What are you doing with your motorbike? At that time, 3 years ago, I was paying rental motorbike 1 million VND, which at that time was 40 USD. Okay. So at that time, I was paying 40 USD per month. And then now prices have gone up to 1.2 million to 2 million. And that's just for an automatic. I was renting a semi-automatic. The one the bike that I eventually bought from her, the 50 USD, at that time it's about 1.5 million VND. So she I mean, it wasn't in the best condition. I'll be honest. Since then, I mean, obviously, I took care of that conditions and stuff, and now it's like the best investment I've ever had, besides um, like my dog, basically. Okay, outside of my dog, but yeah, now I don't rent motorbike is what I'm trying to say. So, but I do know these prices and they are pretty correct. Okay. 1.2 million you're gonna pay per month to about 2 million, 2.5 million. Okay. That's gone up 20%. Okay. Over the last, honestly, over the last 3 years. Okay. And again, you're not getting anything extra. It's just the price went up. Like, why? I don't understand. I don't understand. It should still be, 1 million right now, to be honest. But what I've been seeing, nah, they've gone up on their prices. Why? I don't know. It might be a tax thing. Again, everyone's collecting tax now. Everyone. Gas prices in the last couple years, the last 2 to 3 years, have gone up 10%. I told you in the beginning, just recently I've seen it go down over the last few months. It's gone down, maybe 2,000, which is like 10 cents. Anyways, Ho Chi Minh and Hanoi are expanding metro and their bus networks. The bus networks are cool. They are doing that. I'm not gonna lie. Their metros, they are developing those. That's awesome. But it just takes time, you know. Um, and the most important routes to like to the airport, at least here in Ho Chi Minh City, the metro doesn't even go there. So, and then I know in Hanoi, the metro only goes to basically the south of Hanoi, and then it goes to like the east or the west of Hanoi, but it doesn't go anywhere where like the old quarter. It doesn't go anywhere near the expat district. Doesn't go anywhere near the airport, right? So I mean, they got a lot. They got a lot to do, man. The grab fees and the tolls. If you drive a motorbike, you can't get on a toll. You got to go around. But if you take a grab from the airport in Hanoi, excuse me, from airport, I don't take. I used to drive motorbikes, so I forget. But I believe you have to pay a toll. Okay, you're gonna have to pay a toll price from one of these airports. I think it's Hanoi. But anyways, the Grab prices, that's like the Uber of Vietnam. So Grab prices have significantly gone up. Grab's always been higher than like BE. It's like a yellow with, it's just B, like be all you can be, like that BE. That's what it is BE. And so B tends to be a lot more reasonably priced for the locals. Again, it's not necessarily, Vietnam's not about us foreigners. It's about them, and if they can't afford it, we can afford it because we get a Western salary here. All right. So, but these Grab prices, they do add up, man. They do add up fast. And so, if you don't have a consistent um, income coming in, then and you just have like a set amount, like I got $20,000 and uh, it's gonna last me however long it's gonna last me. You should not take Grab all the time, okay? Because that'll slowly eat away at your nest egg. Okay, get to walk in, start losing that weight, and get an apartment or a house or whatever. Rent an apartment that's close, that's in walking area of things that you enjoy. And this goes back to what I said about rent a house for like a week, like try a house. Like I wish they had those programs because once, like the only drawback is you don't know the area. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're in your own city back home, you know what it is, you know. But here, you just gotta like live in it for a few days just to kind of figure out what the area looks like during the morning, during the afternoon. What's the area like? What is it? Does it come alive at night? Does it not come alive at night? Is it boring? Is it walkable? Is it safe? You know what I mean? So Vietnam's safe, but you never know, man. You don't know where you're gonna live. So yeah, that's what I would say. If you're gonna rent a motorbike, try to buy a motorbike. I wouldn't necessarily say drive, buy like a brand new one. Your best bet is to just get a rental. I mean, excuse me, buy either from a rental place. This is a little nugget you could do. So if you go into those rental motorbike shop, the motorbike rental places, and then you go, hey man, I'm not here to rent, but do you have motorbikes for sale? And 9 times out of 10, they should have multiple for sale, right? Mine's not the newest one, but mine is pretty dependable, man. I'm not gonna lie, it's really dependable. And I mean, I could get a new bike, but why? Why? It was a good investment. So let's get into expat budgets and some hidden costs. I believe that's what we're going to do. Yeah. All right. So yeah, man, make sure you guys, make sure you guys are aware. This is all I'm saying is that Vietnam it's a developing nation still, right? The category of that developing nation means that they're gonna try to get money any which way. All right, they're gonna just try to get money how they can. All right, and that goes for everybody. There are people here who still starve, right? Um, there are a lot of poor folk here, okay, yeah, in this city, and not a lot of people have a ton of money, right? The difference between like Hanoi and the difference between Saigon is that people in Saigon are more willing to spend money, and the people in Hanoi are more willing to save money. They would rather not spend that money. But people here in Saigon, they're like, shit, let's go have fun. They'd rather have fun and live in the moment and live in the experience than people in Hanoi. People in Hanoi, they got money. They like to save. Okay. So that's a little nugget for you as well. So again, in the tourist areas and surprise, surprise, out and everywhere in Vietnam, for the most part, there's going to be a local price and there's going to be a foreigner price. All right. Get used to it. Finagle. Okay. Make sure you can negotiate. Finagle your price down as much as you can. Finagle it down. There's definitely a foreigner price, and there's definitely going to be a local price. All right. And if you have a girl or you have a Vietnamese man, that a boyfriend or whatever, a girlfriend or a wife, let them talk. All right. You just step back and give them the money. All right. Or better yet, give them the money in the car or in the motorbike or at home before, so then they can just take care of it, and then you don't have to involve yourself. All right. Expats could face higher costs for school fees, visa extensions, and housing deposits. Yep. All true. All true. Unfortunately, man, it's not fair. It really is not fair. But as you live here, as you get to know your area, as they get to know you, your price will come down. You know, you're gonna get the local price. Again, if you're a local, or excuse me, if you're an expat local and you've been here for 3 or 4 months, you've been here for a year, your neighborhood starts to know who you are, right? They keep their eye on you, right? They notice you. If you're peaceful and you're doing your thing, you're gonna be winning here, right? Then suddenly you realize your price, they realize you're cool, then suddenly your price goes down. Okay. I'm just telling you what I've experienced. That's it. All right. So understand that there is double standards here. There just is, right? And if you're a white guy or a white girl, be careful, because they will get you. They're looking for you. Okay. For us brown people, they tend to Vietnamese people are smart. They'll look at us and they'll be like, do they got money or not? You know? So just be careful, guys, is all I'm saying. Especially in these tourist areas. Just be careful, man. Because these tourist areas, you guys are already paying 30 to 40% more than what I pay. FYI. Okay. In the tourist areas in Vietnam, you're gonna be paying 40 to 50% more than what I pay. Okay. So I'm just saying, finagle your price down wherever you go across the board, especially now that if you're a foreigner and they're coming to you. This is what I'm saying. Like, you should always go, and you should always go to and have your girl or your man who are Vietnamese and can speak the language, understand them. That you should always let them let them negotiate for you. All right. Uh, I tend to negotiate regardless, as well. And then I let my girl handle it. You know what I mean? But I like to be involved just because I like to see how they do business, you know? And then I like to let them feel me. Pause. Because I like to let them know, like, I ain't about no bullshit. You know what I mean? I've been living here. I know how it is, you know? And they will treat you accordingly. If you know the bullshit, they won't play that bullshit with you. All right? They'll charge you like 20%. You know what I mean? Instead of 40 or 60%. You know what I mean? Or 50%. So just understand that yes, Vietnam still has issues with scamming, right? And it is infected everything. Okay. Landlords get greedy, food vendors get greedy. Uh, Everything can be paid with coffee money, which is a good thing and a bad thing. Um, Also, everything here, um, you slide them a little bit of red envelope, you'll get taken care of. But just be careful, all right? These tourist areas, 60% more than what I pay right now. Okay, easy, easy. That's light work for them. All right, so bear with me. Let me grab some of my good old handy dandy. Let me stop sharing this. Let me go here, and we will read an article here that I pulled up. Bear with me. If you guys have any questions, holler at me. I think this is it. Okay, so the transport sector shows strong divergence in H1 performance. Okay, so again, we'll read a little bit of this, and then we'll talk about it. So the Vietnamese transport sector has witnessed significant divergence in performance during the first half of 2025, with leading companies reporting robust growth, while others, particularly those with aging fleets, facing declines in profit. Let's get into some numbers here. According to the General Statistics Office, Vietnam's total export-import turnover reached 432 billion in the first half of 2025, marking a 16.1% increase from the same period last year. Key export commodities, including textiles, footwear, computers, and electronics components, maintained double-digit growth. Excellent. Driven by rising demand and a strategy of front-loading to mitigate the impact of changing tariffs. Interesting. Okay. So again, yes, Vietnam definitely is killing it when it comes to this exports, but they're getting killed on the tariffs here. Like that sucks. So for instance, High-End Transport and Steve Dewar JSC reported a remarkable revenue increase of 47.9% to 2.44 trillion, 93 million in the first half of 2025. They ballin', with profit after tax soaring to 291.3% to 688 billion. Oof, that's a lot of money, bro. All right, this result meant the company achieved 79.5% of its annual profit target in just 6 months. Dang. All right, well, we're about to find out what's going to happen with these tariffs, because clearly this was before. So it looks good, sounds good, but I don't know if the tariffs, clearly it said that this was before the tariffs, so had really taken into account. All right, so yeah, this is all about shipping and stuff. I don't want to talk about that. All right, let me get into bear with me here. Okay, healthcare and insurance. So yeah, man, what I'm gonna say here is, let me get to my little guy here. Okay, I need healthcare. I am. Okay, so healthcare, I mean, it's pretty straightforward here, guys. I mean, it's really pretty straightforward. The cool thing I love about it, I've done a few videos about healthcare. I've done a couple of live streams about healthcare. So if you want to go check out what I talk about healthcare in general here, I'm just gonna skim over it here in this live, but I've done dedicated lives. So just go onto my channel and check it out. Go to the lives and check it out. Public hospital visits are pretty cheap, man. I mean, you're gonna visit, if you have to pay anything, generally you will. It's gonna be about 200,000 VND, right? Get in there, get out, and they're gonna give you some meds to see a doctor. That's literally like $8 to $10, less than, just to get in there. As soon as you walk in there, it's not gonna be. It depends on the hospital. I have been to public hospitals that are awesome, okay, and that are pretty big and that are very affordable, okay. And so private hospitals are the best. I've done that as well. I think it was about 1.5 million, 1.5 million for a visit. So I paid generally $5 to $10 for a visit at a public hospital, if I paid it all. I'll be honest, if I even paid it all. And then the private checkup is definitely going to be about 50, 60 bucks easy. Okay. Insurance plans, it depends. I don't have insurance through a private, so I can't really speak on that as far as pricing, but I do have health insurance through my company, and I've had it since I've been here. Never used it ever. I just pay out of pocket. Yeah, that's basically it. If I get and even if I get into like a motorbike accident, I will probably use it, but it's so affordable here that when it comes to healthcare, buying medications. It's so affordable that you could just go to the doctor, get a checkup, get whatever you need. I would go to a public hospital to just a good one. Research, do your research near you. Do your research. Get the best public hospital you can. You'll pay the most affordable price. All right, straight up. Insurance plans again. There's plenty. Go on to my past live. I mentioned some. Google it, ChatGPT it. You know what I'm saying? Um, let's see. New regulations for foreign health insurance. Yeah. So that's what's coming. That's part of what's coming on the horizon for the health insurance aspect. There's new regulations coming, man. I mean, it's happening. Literally, it's happening. So, let me see what I got. Let me see what I have for what I pulled up for this one. Okay, no, that's that. Okay, so let's get into the retiree. So obviously, we're talking about health. We're gonna talk about some retiree stuff because I know I have some retirees on this channel that follow me. So generally for a retiree, all inclusive. Okay, a single retiree or a male or a couple, a husband and wife, you could easily pay 1,300 to 1,700, and that's going to be depending on where you live. I mean, I know they say that you can't retire, you can't literally retire, but you can retire here, man. You just may not have the visa, but obviously you got to jump in and out, which is annoying. It really is. But if you want to stay here, that's what you got to do right now. Okay. What I would say is 1,500. Let's just call it that. Mitigate your liabilities, and you'll be fine. Literally, I would learn how to drive a motorbike, and I would definitely buy a motorbike. You're gonna be freer. Okay, I know it's scary. I get it. It's not that scary. Okay, if you just go slow, and just learn like that, driving a motorbike is not difficult. Okay, um, it looks intimidating in the beginning. It's not. Okay, it's just not. Once you get the flow of stuff, you'll be fine. But I would get a motorbike. If you have to rent a motorbike for 1 million, then just negotiate that price. Or if you want to negotiate it under, you can do that as well. Just negotiate. Your negotiating skills should be on point when you come to Vietnam, or you should at least get used to negotiating. Okay, I don't give a damn if it's just $1. You should negotiate it to 50 cents. Okay, I know it sounds petty, I get it, but that's the way we do it here. Okay, clearly, if the price is good, just pay it and be quiet. If you feel like, ooh, maybe I shouldn't pay that, or I don't know, well, then you should find out before you get here. Okay, you shouldn't come here not knowing what the money looks like, how much it costs for stuff. You should not. You should, if you don't know, when you get here, talk to a local, talk to your hotel receptionist, right? Get some data points and understand, like, how much would a banh mi cost? That's a banh mi is obviously the sandwich, right? Well, they wouldn't call it a sandwich, so right, but whatever, the baguette sandwich that they have. Okay, that's world famous. Okay, find out what that is. How much is pho? How much is that? How much is the bún bò Huế? Right? How much are noodle dishes? How much are you got to find this stuff out, right? And then go to the mom and pop places, right? If you see a bunch of people eating there, locals eat there because it's not only is it affordable for them, but it's awesome and it's delicious. Okay, stop going to these pho places that are like famous, what it's not. Go to a local famous pho place and check it out. All right, you're gonna have the most affordable and cheapest pho, but it's gonna beat those big ones that are in D1, right? In District 1 where they're like big signs and everyone goes there. All these TikTokers like, oh, go ahead, eh. Go to the ones that the locals go to, and you're gonna save some money as well. All right. So retirees, you can get a what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say five things at once. Let me slow down. You can get your budget anywhere from 1,300 to 1,700 easy, easy. Okay. Again, try to live in a place where you can walk everywhere, and then that way you can mitigate your liability with getting grabs, the Uber of Vietnam, right? So you don't have to pay for that. You can walk everywhere, lose weight, right? Because when you come to Vietnam, you're going to lose weight, right? It's hot here, tropical weather. You're going to lose pounds/kilos straight up. So eat, because the portions are smaller for us. So instantly you're just going to lose weight on that, right? And then retirees, if you're trying to get out and about, live in a neighborhood in Ho Chi Minh City that has, if that's where you want to live, that you can walk everywhere. All right. And then in Da Nang, you can walk everywhere regardless. In Hanoi, it's kind of like similar to Ho Chi Minh City, where you just walk everywhere. Okay, live into a place where a neighborhood where you can walk everywhere, and you'll be good to go. All right, families. It just depends, man. I mean, I don't have a family yet. I'm almost there, but family of three, generally one kid, mommy and daddy. Definitely you can do that. That's easy. There are Vietnamese. Just remember, there are Vietnamese people living here on less than this. They're not even making $1,000. They're making like half, a quarter of this, 500. Seriously, and making a living. And they're eating every day, 3 meals, 2 meals, maybe even 1 meal, maybe 2 meals, right? Right? Snacks. They like snack a lot here as well. So you could easily do this, easily. Okay. Again, the livable cities include Da Nang, Nha Trang, and Vung Tau. So these are for you retirees. Okay. These are all the beach areas. Now, if I'm a retiree, I'm absolutely gonna go live in Vung Tau. Straight up. Straight up. Da Nang is cool, but it ain't all that. It's not all that. I'm not too keen on Da Nang. I like Da Nang, but when I do go to Da Nang, I enjoy it. But I like to go to Hoi An. It's much better. The beaches are better there. So yeah. For retirees, man, I've never been in the Chang, so I can't speak on it yet. But I would absolutely, if I were retirees, I would live in Vung Tau, or I would live in an area called Quy Nhơn, Quy Nhơn, and Quy Nhơn. Um, and I've showed you guys that in my retirees, so I'm gonna keep it moving. So let me just see if that. Yeah. Okay, we're doing good. So let me see what I have for you guys now is the Q&A, bro. So if you guys have any questions, I mean, that's basically it. I mean, is Vietnam really affordable? Yeah, I think so as well. I think it's still affordable, but again, it's less affordable than when I first got here. Like, so I don't know, man. Let me see. Roly Poly 76 says, got to negotiate. If not, we are complicit in rising local prices for everyone. Yeah, I absolutely agree. Um, Again, if you let them, they will. If you let me, I would. That's human nature, man. So if you let them come through, and they say they quote you like 10x price and you have no idea as a traveler, oh, I don't know, it's just $5. You're like, bruh, that was 50 cents. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. Really Poly, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, Really Poly 76. Ramel, what's up, brother? What's up, my guy? Love you, dog. Love you, mad love. You guys check Ramel's channel. Making it abroad. My guy, put your if you're still here, put your link in the comments, and I'll put it up on the screen. So yeah, appreciate you, my boy. You know it is. So yeah, guys. I mean, honestly, what I'm saying is, I would absolutely still consider Vietnam a 100% uh, affordable and ready for you. We're still in the beginning stages of Vietnam's like rise, right? From 30 years ago to 50 years ago, this is night and day for Vietnamese people, right? I'm very fortunate that I'm able to live here, right? That I got trapped here during COVID, right? I got lucky, man. And living here almost 6 years now has been an eye opener to not only what is coming for this country, but to feel it on the ground. Yeah, it's not always sunshine and rainbows, but it's still better than the West. you know, and I'd rather be in a country that goes like this than a country that's going like this. You know what I mean? I don't. It's not looking good for the U.S. citizens, man. For my people, man. It's not really looking good. So I don't know, man. I would absolutely say like it's a problem, but in the West. But yeah, man. If you guys are looking to get in here, talk to someone who actually lives here, who's been here, who's been through it all. Um, I don't know why I'm off bound. I'm off blurry, but hit me up, man. I actually been helping a lot of expats move here. Not only that, but taking traveling here, getting your visas taken care of, and just really answering questions that you guys can't answer. I can't answer here, but I can also um, break down everything for you. You know what I mean? Every question you need asked, hit me up. Just get to my calendar right here and just set up a consultation with me and learn about Vietnam, man. I mean, learn about it before you come. You know, it's only fair that if you set yourself up and you want to actually make Vietnam sustainable, well, then it's only right that you get someone in here that not only is your liaison, that's your friend, that someone who will have your back. I got you, man. So download my free relocation guide. It'll get you, help you step by step on how Vietnam is and what it is to live here, as well as you can get firsthand account of what I've gone through, what other expats have gone through. So yeah, man, use it. Hit me up, and I'll break it down, man. I've helped dozens, man. So here's Ramel's at Making It Abroad. This is his channel. Go out there, support him. He's a young brother from the UK. He's a brother from another mother. So man, help boost him up, get him past monetization. We're doing what we're doing out here, man. It ain't easy, guys. Best believe you move out here, it's not easy because you can absolutely lose yourself here. And that's the effed up thing about it, is that a lot of expats come here, they get with the girls, they get with the drinking, they get with the drugs. Um, they don't give a damn because, oh, I came from the West and whatever, it's cheap, but they're not really thinking about other expats, right? And who come after them, right? And so as much as we like to say, hey man, I'm not my brother's keeper. We are, and we need each other's back more than ever before, because I don't know what's going on in the world, but it seems like it's on shaky ground. It's rich versus poor. It's it's becoming less racist, and it's becoming more of a classist kind of system. So if you're middle class like me or whatever, um, I'm all about loving people, giving people a shot, an opportunity to be good people, man. That's who I fuck with. Fuck with good people, man. Paul, what's up, Paul? So Paul says, when I negotiate my lease, I will just tell her to make the deposit for the lease part of rent, because never gonna see the deposit. Absolutely. Okay, that's a good point, man. So Paul is one that's coming soon, and he's done so much. He's done so much research on it. Um, and I will say I've done 5 to 6 different leases. I'll say maybe 5 different leases, and I think I got my deposit back one time. Yeah, they've gotten smart to where they're like, and I'm actually, to be honest, I just thought about it. Next month will be, so in a couple of weeks we'll pay rent again. So we're moving at the end of next month. So generally what's gonna have to happen, which I hate this, is that I'm gonna have to pay rent and then hope that they give me my deposit back, and then we're good. Like, you know what I mean? It's bullshit like this where I'd be like, man, you shouldn't have to deal with shit like that. But yeah, yeah. I would definitely say I've gotten, yeah, one deposit back. But if not, if they're good, they'll just say, we have your deposit, so go ahead and just, you don't have to pay us this month, and then just dip. But I don't know. Some people, they pay the deposit, they pay that month's rent, and then it's like they will F you around. They'll take whatever. But for this place, I think we have an understanding. So I'm not sure. I don't think I'm going to be paying rent next month. I'm not sure. I gotta figure that out. But if you're living here, you prefer to not pay that last month's rent, because then they'd prefer not to give you back your deposit. They prefer to just roll it into the last month's rent, because it is equivalent to your last month's rent, 1 month rent. However, if there's damages, that's why they gotta come in and take a look and look around the apartment and look around the house, just to make sure everything's good, so then they can feel better about, like, okay, yeah, we can give it. It's just minor details. And then they'll probably take a little bit out just for those minor details. But yeah, yeah, that's a good point. That is a very good point. Negotiate at the top. Before you move in, negotiate everything. All right, because once here in Vietnam, once you're locked into a contract, it's not like you have to do it, but it's kind of they're starting to understand that if we do our end of the bargain, if we as Vietnamese people do our end of the bargain, then you'll refer us. They're not there yet, but they're starting to understand that if I don't try to just extract max money from them right off the top, then potentially they'll give me more customers. So they're not there yet. Okay. Only like the ones that have been in the West understand that terminology, or that, I don't even know what I'm trying to say, that philosophy. All right, thanks, Paul. Appreciate you, man. And I'm about to respond to you, brother. I've just been hella busy. All right. Thanks for the comment, Paul. Appreciate it. Ramel says, Kevin's a solid guy. Kevin's a solid guy. Man, I can attest to that. Thank you, brother. Hit him up. He's helped me literally this week with my visa work. Yeah, I got you, brother. You know what it is. Nobody, they don't believe it until they just try it, man. I'm trying to tell you, you know, I'm not one of those people who trying to extract max capital. No, man, I believe in relationships. I'm not Vietnamese, so I believe in building relationships and helping people, most importantly. But I needs to get paid too, man. You know, can I eat too? Thanks, bro. Appreciate you, Ramel. Appreciate the comment, brother, and the love. You know that is. Ramel says, same. I've done 3 leases, got deposit back once. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, there's another expat right there. It, they're real fishy, man. They're real fishy. That's why you got to be careful, because at the top, you give 2 months. Let's just call it 2 months worth of rent, right? One's gonna be for your deposit. One's gonna be for your um, one's gonna be for your deposit. One's gonna be for your rent first month, right? And so, you know, all year, man, all year they've been holding on to your shit, right? And next thing you know, at the end of that contract, and you're ready to move up out of there, they come up with 1,001 excuses of being like, "No, we didn't see that. We didn't do that. You did this. Nah, that was there before, you know." And then they just ghost you. You're like, "Okay, I'm good." You're like, "Nah, bro, come up off it," you know. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but you got to kind of finagle that last month. I'm about to go through it right now in like 2 weeks, so we'll see. I'm gonna try not to pay. I'm gonna try not to pay. To be honest, I'm a good person, man. So I hold people accountable. Um, Unfortunately, this country is still in that growing period, and some Vietnamese are used to fucking people over. So at the end of the day, like, it's unfortunate, but it's part of the game here. And that, and only that, is what I hope that we can mitigate moving forward, is that Vietnamese people will be more honest. Okay, there's tons of Vietnamese people who are honest, right? But the ones who tend to own shit are the ones who seem to be not the honest ones. You know what I mean? And the ones who don't have the money are the ones who seem to be the honest ones. Go figure, right? Fuck, you know. But anyways, yeah, there's another one. Again, negotiate. Like, I'm about to negotiate, and I'm about to be like, hey, you got my deposit, so that's rent, right? Right. So appreciate you, Ramel. Ramel says, still better than Japan or Korea having to pay 6 months plus down in advance. Damn, man, goddamn, really? Mm. No, thank you, bro. Yeah, Vietnamese, they're still getting used to doing the business, man, you know? So they're like, let me just take 2 months right now, you know? Instead of your Japanese and the Koreans, they're established. So they're like, hey, I need 6 months right now. Right now. They're like, and then maybe, right? That's crazy. That's crazy work right there. Appreciate you, Ramel. Paul says, I can recommend Professor Thornton. His checklist of what and how from consult is priceless. Yeah, appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. That's love. It's not necessarily all about that. That's part of it, but it's the constant dialogue that I have with you guys. So uh, I don't get paid for that. So I am constantly talking to multiple people throughout the week, and working a full-time job, and doing YouTube videos, and building a business here, and building website, and being a husband, and being a dog father. You know what I mean? So I got a lot of hats, bruh. So if I don't get back to people right away, it's because and I gotta fucking I gotta relax. You know what I mean? Shit, I ain't 25 where I could be like, I'm gonna do all this, you know? I gotta find some time to like do my own thing. But in between all that, I keep in touch with those who do book my consults, and I do follow up constantly. We have a WhatsApp, so we have WhatsApp dialogues, social media dialogue back and forth. So it's not just about an actual consultation, because I've been finding out that I'm real affordable when it comes to all these YouTubers who are selling these, they're selling this, selling that, and not really giving you a bunch of info and real deal info. But here I get you guys some real deal info. And yeah, anyways, appreciate that, man. Appreciate that, Paul. Appreciate it. I've seen some 6-month deposit in Hanoi too. Really? Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Interesting. 6 months. I would never do that. Never. That's absurd. All right. Thanks, Paul. Appreciate it. Roly Poly 76 says, does it help to do a video walkthrough with the landlord before moving in? That's a must. That's a must. And then you just put that into your, send it to your email, star it, put it in an envelope, a folder, put it in a folder, and just let it be for 1 year. And then be like, the landlord's like, oh, well, no. I'll be like, hold up now. Bam. Drop that shit on them. And then they'll be like, okay, here's your money. So yes, that's mandatory. All right. And do the walkthrough video after the year. Yeah. So you have two. You have before and after. Yeah. And then that way, get into the habit of doing that, because it'll mitigate the fact that they can't say shit. Okay. They'll be like, no, it wasn't like that when look. You know what I'm saying? So yes, that's Mando. Roly Poly, thank you, man. Appreciate you, brother. Paul says, but just saw 70-meter 1-bedroom for 15 million yesterday too. Yeah, it happens. I mean, and I bet you that was in like Bading, like in the center of Hanoi. Maybe it was in Hanoi. I'm not sure. That can't be. Tejo. Maybe it was Tejo. Not sure. Especially around the lake in Tejo. Yeah, there's some places that could be like a little penthouse that are pretty dope. So, yeah, I mean, I would definitely. It doesn't, trust me. Landlords understand that right now, like the locals are screaming, like they're seriously screaming on social medias. It's not necessarily us in the expats. It's because the landlords are hiking up the rent, and the locals, they just don't make enough money for that, man. So clearly, who they're targeting, and who they're targeting is us, right? Us expats who live here, you tourists, right? Because it's there's not a lot of tourists don't become expats in Vietnam, right? It takes time for you guys. Some of you guys are ready to go and you come in here, but it's not like Thailand, for instance, where they're kind of established. They're more established than Vietnam. And so what they'll do is people will come fly in and they already know about Thailand, right? Not a lot of people know about what's going on in Vietnam. And everyone's given different information, which it's annoying. It's really annoying, you know? But come here. I give you real deal. I'll go find the answer for you. I don't hear any YouTubers telling you, hit me up. I will get you the information that you need. If you're looking for information about Vietnam or about a specific thing, don't hesitate to hit me up. The channel name, TheStoryofKT at Gmail. No YouTuber here in Vietnam is going to do that free of charge. Okay? Period. Right? My consultations are different. But if you need some information right off the bat, and I can, quickly just find it for you, or call someone, or message actual people who specify and specialize in that. I'm talking about boots on the ground. I'm not talking about just Googling it or ChatGPTing it. I got people here. So yeah, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate you. Really Point 76. Definitely, brother. Army Guy Travels. What's up, Jay? What's up, bro? I hope you got my message, brother. Sorry, dog. I'm so busy, bro. Literally, I can't even think for myself. So, catch me next weekend, brother. Or if we want to get some coffee or something this week, holler at me, brother. Okay, and then I'll come and see you after work. All right. So yeah, holler at me, brother. I'm running, brother. I'm running this weekend. Not literally. God forbid, no way. I got to get surgery first for that. Just got it. Okay, perfect, perfect. All right, so man, it looks like that's the last I got. If you guys have any other comments or concerns, yeah, I see you. I see you, Jay. I got you. Of course, I know the feeling. Yeah, yeah. I'm like, it's ridiculous. I can't wait to. I can't wait to retire. Actually, I've been thinking a lot about that. Retiring from teaching English. Just retiring from teaching English. This is probably going to be my last year teaching English, and then it's all focused on YouTube and business. All right. Yeah, I got a lot. I got a lot on the horizon coming for you guys. So if you haven't seen a lot of me, I've been doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes these last few months. But yeah, I am definitely coming up with a ton of stuff. So just check in with me, y'all. Appreciate y'all rocking with me. Jay says I was in Da Nang and now planning my trips to 2 countries in November. See, and if you guys, Jay, put your channel here, and I'll put it up there. Go check out my boy's channel. Army Guy Travels. But is it Army Guy Travels or is it? I thought it was something different. I'm confused now. Just put your @ here, and I'll put it on the screen. But yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Okay, so yeah, it is Army Guy Travels here. I'll go like this. Boom. Go subscribe to my boy. He's out and about more than I. He's full-time YouTuber, so go check out Jay, and he's amazing. This dude right here, fire. Go check him out. He's much bigger than me, so go check him out. He's always on the road, as you can see. He's traveling. I don't have the opportunity to travel right now because I'm stuck. But don't worry, my travel time is coming, man. So yeah, go check his channel out, Army Guy Travels. See what he's about. He's real deal, raw, just what I like. My type of speed, my type of people. Can't wait to meet you though in real life though. Much love to you, bro. SDM says great discussion. A retired middle-aged Da Nang neighbor from Scottsdale, Arizona. Interesting. I actually really like Scottsdale. Really. I thought it was really cool. I mean, I know it's definitely retire type, but yeah, Arizona's got some really gems out there, and definitely Scottsdale is definitely one of them for sure. All right, thanks for that. I appreciate that. Yep, there it is. Army Guy Travels again. And then Army Guy Travels says you'll be there soon. Yeah, I can't wait, man. I got 6 months and then I'm done. Seriously, I'm gonna retire, man. I'm retiring from this English stuff because it just takes too much time for me, man. Really. And yeah, side note, if you guys are working age, looking for a job as a teacher, English teacher, science teacher, math teacher, and you want to work at private schools, hit me up. My company's hiring right now, and I'll get you guys in. Just shoot me over a message, and then I'll shoot you over to the recruiter. Again, here on this channel, we're all about making connections and elevating your life, straight up. Okay, that's it. Yeah. So thank you, bro. Appreciate it. That's love, bro. FIFA Door says, "What's up, bro? What's up, dog? You good? FIFADor. What is that? It's like FIFA slash Fedora, right? No. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. SDM says if 56 is middle aged, Steve. Yeah, I hope so, man. Because I'm only 42. So what does that make me like barely an adult? I think that in your 40s you kind of start living, you know, which is kind of like weird because the 20s and your 30s are like just get the experience in your 20s, get some more experience, and start developing yourself in your 30s, and then in your 40s implement that shit. So I hope so, man. I hope so because someone just at work just told they were passing like a brother. He was passing. And he was like, I was like, "What's up, boy?" He's like, "What's up, OG?" And I was like, I'm walking. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, OG, OG. I was like, damn, is the 80s OG already? And I was like, in my mind, I went like, but I'm Unk. What the fuck? I'm Unk, man. In my mind, that's what I said. I'm like, OG, I ain't no OG yet, bruh. I'm only 42, bruh. Better get a pot. I started to walk back like, hey, I'm Unk, man. I was like, fuck, bro. I better start shaving more. You know what I mean? Appreciate it, SDM. Appreciate it. And yes, you are middle aged. Okay. Nah, you young. Deep, Deeks Deekerson. Deeks. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Any thoughts on public versus center work? Yeah, done them both. Done majority of my career in teaching English. Those two. They're different, bro. So center work, you're gonna be more nights and weekends, and you're gonna have your days available, right? Public school is gonna be more all. It's gonna be more mornings and afternoons, and then obviously your company, depending on your company that you get with, you're either gonna be salary or you're gonna be hourly. Preferably salary because then you know that that's a guarantee what you're gonna make every month. As far as center work, you're generally going to be hourly. I've never heard of a thing called salary when it comes to center work. As a teacher, as a manager, it's different. So and what I did for many years here is I did both. So I did some to supplement my income for the center work because that's where my visa was. You can once you get a work permit and a visa, then you can go to other places to work. So a lot of teachers do, and if you're just starting out, a lot of teachers do this. I wouldn't recommend it if you're just starting out. I would go through a year first, get situated, but a lot of teachers do public school during the day. They do part-time, and then they'll do full-time public school, and then full-time language center. I did that for almost 3 years. Well, I did that in Hanoi for 2 years, very recently, and then I did that with here when I was here the first time. And I'll say it's very very tiring. Okay, when you're grinding like that, it's very tiring because you have to get up and down, right? Energy level is what I'm saying. So that's what makes teaching English very difficult, is because if you're just running all the time, you have no time for anything else. Trust and believe, because you could potentially work from 7 a.m. in the morning down to like 9:30 p.m. with like few breaks in between. So that's what I mean. You go up, you go down. You go up, you go down, right? And then by the time it's 9 o'clock and you're done with your last class, let's say you have 8 periods. Let's say you've had 8 to 10 periods throughout a day. That's a lot, bro. So what I did now is I picked one, right? I did the center work this last 3 years. Okay, same schedule for 3 years straight. Okay, this is the first time I've done public school, the reverse, for since 2021. Yeah. So, which one do I like better? Public school. Public school. Why? Because I get more of my afternoon, or excuse me, my evening, and I get to chill with my wife, right? Um, the previous 3 years we've been together, we lived separately. So she lived at her house, her parents' house, and then I lived by myself, right? But then we both worked the same job, right, at that time. And so we wouldn't really be able to really see each other or hang out as much because I'm working at night. After 9 o'clock p.m., yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm free. But then, you know what I mean? So you can kind of see where that goes. Again, central work, you're gonna work during the evenings. And so evenings, I mean 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Not long shifts, but again, compile that with your full-time day job, public school working, where you're gonna do 40, you're gonna be teaching 40 kids, 35 to 40 kids, and you gotta be high energy, and then you have like maybe an hour or two in between your night job where you're like, it's completely different environment. So, anyways, that's a long story to say that public school, if you want to have your weekends, go to public school. If you want to have and make more money, I can't forget that. Public school, you make more money. Public school is also only 9.5 months, so you're gonna need to find some work, and that's where the center work you could supplement. You know what I'm saying? So, um, a lot of teachers do. They at the end of public school, right before they get part of a center, and then that supplements that 2 month and a half, 2 months to where you don't make money from your day job, your public school, right? Yeah, I hope that answered everything. You know what I'm saying? That's a long story short for you. All right. Let's go to Army Guy Travel says YouTube is my midlife crisis. Yeah, I feel you. I'm not there yet, but yeah, maybe Vietnam is my midlife crisis. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, dog. But YouTube, nah, it's just part of the game, brother. SDM says coconut coffee keeps me young. Stay safe and enjoy the weekend. Either way, hit it for sure. I'm definitely about to hit it for sure. No pause. I love it. I love it. SDM, thanks, man. Appreciate you. Army Guy Travel says, can you have tattoos and teach here? Of course. I mean, if you can see that, that's a lion. I don't know. And then I got tattoos right here, and this is whack. Let me go like that. That's Vietnam. YOLO, YOLO, right? Yeah, I have tattoos all over. So for sure, as long as you just cover them up, and that's what I do. I wear long sleeves to work. So at center work, you can wear short sleeves. You can wear short sleeves. I did the whole time. No one had an issue about it. I don't have offensive tattoos, and if I do, then they're in my body. They're on my body. They're not anywhere near here. Here's just let people know I got love for Vietnam. You know what I mean? Yeah, maybe that is mine because I got YOLO. You only live once, so and it's Vietnam, so maybe this is my midlife crisis. Shit, there it is, bro. Deep Seekerson says, did you feel pressure working for centers with the parents? I don't really feel a lot of pressure in general. Um, I'm a pretty resolved guy. I'm pretty like I've been through a lot of situations, so I know how to talk to people. Even and you're always gonna have someone translating for you, unless mom or dad they speak English. So you're never gonna have an issue with that. Okay. I never feel nervous. From moment one pivoting into teaching to now, I've been the same person from back then to now. I've gotten better, of course. I've gotten better. I got more resolve, right? It puts you through the ringer when you are teaching, you know, and you have to understand the parents. A lot of the parents nowadays, they are definitely younger parents, right? So you're gonna be dealing with like the same age as you or younger parents, right? So I'm 42. I deal with a lot of parents that are in their 30s, late 30s, over 40s, mid 40s, late 40s. Um, Majority are going to be probably in the 40 category, a lot less. The young 30s. So yeah, they're young parents. So no, they will look at you kind of funny. They look at you kind of weird, like, like, what are you about, right? But again, their kids tell them about you as well. So as long as you can impress the kid and you can continue just to do your thing. I'm not even saying to impress, to like you got to impress them. No, they're kids, but just do your job and just bring it. Just bring that. You know what I mean? And ain't nobody gonna have something to say about you. They're never gonna have something to say about you if you're doing your job, and they probably will, just because they're haters and they don't like foreigners looking good. You know what I mean? So, well, you probably don't know what I mean because you're not here. You haven't experienced it, but uh, you will get hate. You will get hate just because if you have a good personality and if you are good with the kids, they really do respect that, but they really hate on you because you make more money than them. Let's be honest. See, I'm gonna tell y'all the real, man. This is a weekly thing you deal with. Okay. Thanks for that, man. Appreciate it. I'm gonna call you Dee Dee. Dee Dee. No. Deeker says, basically, are the kids kind of spoiled in centers or are they chill? Some are chill. A lot of them are spoiled. It's not like they're gonna go like, "Wah," And let me hold that back. Yes, they will do that. Yes, they will. You gotta understand, Vietnamese people are very sensitive people. Okay, I'm gonna call it how it is. They'll say they aren't. I say they are. That's my opinion. Okay. Um, yes, they are very sensitive people. So they're not used to criticism. No matter how soft, you say, like, you shouldn't do that. That's not really good. Okay. And then they'll be like, oh, and start crying and be like, what? And they'll be like, they're just sad because you yelled at them or you screamed at them. And you're like, huh? You're like, I didn't scream at them. I just said that wasn't good. Stop talking. So that that's normal. That's part of the job, man. But yeah, center kids definitely spoiled. Um, if you work public school, I would absolutely say that it's just crazy. Like your first year is going to be insane, right? But most of the kids are pretty respectful. It's just a lot of them. And then if you have some resolve about you, then you're gonna be fine. You know what I mean? You're definitely gonna be fine. Just do as I said in this live about supplementing your income. Go back to that little part right there when I end the live, and implement exactly what I just said. And if you want to come to Ho Chi Minh, I can get you a job like this week, straight up. No cap. So, yeah, let me know, man. Let me know. Thanks for it, bro. Thanks for the answers, bro. Got you. Anything you need, brother. So, guys, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get up out of here. Much love to you guys. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna go kick it with my wife. We're gonna go do some shopping, grocery shopping. Go spend some time together. That's another sucky ass thing is I don't get a chance to spend time with her a lot. So especially when I'm dog tired during the week. It's ridiculous. But we're getting back. We're getting back to get. I got my feet under me and looking forward to one, start doing more videos again. Get back on that. I got some fire coming for you guys. Just got to find the time to edit it. So much love for you guys. Army Guy Travels. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that for sure. And if you guys, again, looking for some info, hit me up. Go to this link right here. It's my calendar. And yeah, set something up with me. Don't forget the relocation guide. Go to this link right here. Download it. And yeah, see you guys in the next one, man. I got a video coming in a couple days, so look out for it. All right. Holla at you.